Welcome back to next part on PCOS, and we'll cover two aspects here. One is the key reasons and the remedies to cure PCOS. So there are two reasons that we will be discussing over here. One is the first one is hormonal imbalance, and PCOS is all about the imbalance of female sex hormones, which are estrogen, progesterone, FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and LS, which is luteinizing hormone as such. So what happens is when typically estrogen and progesterone goes down and luteinizing hormone goes up, that's where it starts triggering the condition of someone becoming PCOS prone as such. So the second equally important reason is a person having hyperinsulinemia, where the levels of insulin in the body are elevated or on the higher side. And when these elevated insulin combines with higher levels of luteinizing hormones, it leads to increase of male hormones in the female body. The male hormones are typically the testosterone, right? So when the testosterone levels start becoming or going on the higher side, it prevents ovulation and can lead to infertility. While we know that there are two reasons which can cause PCOS, we probably don't know the exact reasons which trigger hormonal imbalance. It can be genetic in nature, but there's a lot of study which is going on to understand the reasons behind hormonal imbalance. But when it comes to someone becoming, let's say, insulin resistive, when someone becoming hyperinsulinic, the reasons are very well known. I mean, when a person is consuming too much of processed carbs or refined carbs, when someone is probably not exercising, these could lead to situations of someone becoming insulin resistive and leading to obesity and further other metabolic disorders like PCOS. So now let's take a look at the remedies and cures for PCOS. I would just like to clarify one particular aspect over here. There are a number of misconceptions, like many of these metabolic disorders like PCOS, diabetes, right? I mean, those cannot be cured, but that's not true. Those can definitely be cured by following many of these things that we are going to be talking now. So let's start with diet. It consists of a healthy, low carb and high fat kind of a food. Dairy is okay, I mean, may not be milk, but the higher derivatives of milk, like let's say paneer, cheese, ghee, butter, I mean, all of that is welcome. So high fat is definitely recommended over here. And obviously you have to be eating well, but probably for a fewer times in a day, so that you can be satiated for a very long time and should not be consuming food every now and then. The next is workout, which is a combination of strength training, HIIT, which is high intensity interval technique or exercise, and CrossFit or functional training as such. But definitely a good amount of strength training or toning the muscles, working on the muscles is definitely required over here, not just the cardio. The next is supplement. This is somewhat neglected, but definitely to be paid attention to, at least during the initial phases when the female has started on the right nutrition to boost the kind of remedial effect that we want it to have. So these are antioxidants, which can be your vitamin C and vitamin E, also vitamin D to a large extent, and energy boosters like CoQ10, and also insulin mimickers like alpha lipoic acid or ALA can actually work wonders in terms of curing PCOS. And the last part is the sleep quality. One has to be having at least 7 or 8 hours of sound sleep, and as far as possible the sleep has to be aligned with the universal circadian cycle. What does that mean is essentially having sleep time between, let's say, night 10 to morning 6, something like that, right? I mean, which essentially can be aligned to the circadian cycle, and which will provide the kind of effects that we wanted to have to remediate PCOS. Now let's quickly take a look at what are things those are definitely to be avoided. The first and foremost, as we already have looked at, the processed and refined carbs are definitely to be avoided. So please throw out all that kind of a food that you might have or you probably are ordering from restaurants, right? I mean, please stop consuming that kind of a food. The next one is usage of plastic containers for food, for carrying your food or carrying your liquids, right? I mean, please stop that. Start having utilizing either steel or glass bottles and containers, because that some of the elements which are there in plastic can definitely harm the female hormones, and they have to be taking care of that as far as possible. The next one is a lot of cosmetic products, nail paints, cleaning agents. They have a good amount of chemicals and which are a lot harmful when it comes to, again, female hormones. So you have to be really very careful in terms of picking and choosing some of those cosmetics or cleaning agents, laundry agents and detergents and things like that, because those can be harmful. So please ensure that you are not necessarily harming yourself. So the last one is related to what we already have discussed about circadian cycle. The longer screen times, typically towards the end of the night, has to be completely avoided, because that can also impact and lead to situations like PCOS as such. So I've tried covering most of the things which are beneficial from understanding PCOS as a subject, as a topic. But feel free to reach out to me in case if you want to know more about PCOS. I'll also try and cover and add a few more aspects in my subsequent videos. I would also like to cover aspects on menopause sometime soon, which are again a lot of ladies, a lot of female out there who come across issues with. So I would like to cover that particular aspect, and some of the PCOS related things probably would continue during the menopause or postmenopausal phase as well. So stay tuned to that, and stay safe. Thank you.